Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. So, I am bringing this video to you from the great city of New York. Had the opportunity to spend several days out here, and I'll be out here for several more days. So, hopefully, I'll get the opportunity to run into some of you great boxing fans in the city of New York. Now, before I jump into this video, I would like to welcome you all back to the channel. Whether you are a hater of the channel, whether you are a supporter of the channel, you are absolutely welcome here to state your opinion. And we would like to see you interacting with the content. So make sure that you smash the like button or the dislike button if you don't like the content, but make sure that you engage. And if you're new to the channel, this is the Angry Man Podcast and Sports Media, where we're always dropping boxing related content. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and go on over there and check out our Discord. Now, this is a particularly interesting topic for me because I've had so many people talk about Jaron Ennis as it relates to Terrence Crawford, as it relates to the overall sport. And he has a huge fight this weekend against Stanionis, the opportunity for him to unify the division, something that he has wanted to do, a quest that he's been on for the last 3 years. And over the last, let's call it 3 fights, two of the three have not been what we would deem top performances from someone who we have celebrated for being the heir apparent at 147 pounds. Um, I think there's a lot for him to prove at this particular in this particular fight against Stanionis. I think Stanionis is going to end up being the best opponent he's ever faced. And I have been on record stating that the performances against Avanesian as well as Chukazian were performances that I honestly would say I was underwhelmed by those performances just based off of the level of skill that we believe that Jaron Ennis is capable of displaying. Now, earlier when we started our channel, I was somewhat critical of Jaron Ennis because I thought he was getting hit way too much against individuals, competition that he shouldn't get hit by. And I was told by fans back then that he's just playing around, that these guys are not on his level, so he's really not taking these fights seriously. I heard from his team, I heard from his dad that once you put Jaron Ennis in the ring with someone who's at the upper echelon of the sport, you're going to see him perform better. David Avanesian, I'm not saying that he's at the upper echelon, nor am I saying Chukazian is at the upper echelon of the sport, but certainly they were better opponents than what we saw Jaron Ennis in the ring with prior, and he did not perform well. This is the opportunity to redeem himself. Now, what I've heard coming out of these fights, actually, what I heard going into the fights was, I feel great. One of the best camps I've had. I'm just going to go in there, have my fun, and do my thing. The guy doesn't have anything for me. Those are the types of things that I heard. After the fight, we started to hear things like, I didn't really, I was hard to get motivated for the guy. This is my second time fighting the guy. The guy was fighting in this manner, so forth and so on. Just these things that, to me, personally, I don't think look good for the brand of Jaron Ennis, right? So it is important for him to perform at a very high level, and it's important for him to perform against a guy that I think is going to be his best opponent. Now, he just recently said something that caught my attention. He mentioned the IBF and the following day weigh-in. So I'm going to play this clip here real quick, and these are the types of things. Now we've been accused of being Jaron Ennis supporters and that we don't criticize fighters for anything. And I think I would say that's absolutely not true. This isn't a comment that I particularly care for because it sounds like an excuse. And if you don't perform well, then what happens? But let's play this clip here. It's very quick. It's about a minute. I want you guys to hear this, and I'm gonna respond to it.
I'm at weight right now. That's just. I think that was like kind of like maybe that was like holding me back. That second day weigh-in. Yeah, I hope a lot of guys. I've been doing it for 3 years. Yeah, 20 years. You're a big guy. Yeah. Have you had to like have nutritionists be careful for the day after? No, this is my first time having a nutritionist. Really? I feel. Yeah, I've been doing everything on my own. This is my first camp. I had nutrition. I feel great. What I feel regular. What inspired you to kind of do that? I just wanted to try something new. You know, to see how my body feel, how my body react. I feel great. Like I said, I'm weight right now. I'm about to go eat.
So I'm gonna stop it there. I'm not gonna play the whole thing. My thing is this: these are some of the exact same comments that we heard from Boots prior to the Chukazian fight, prior to the Avanesian fight, we've heard these comments before. Now, this is the first time we've heard the comment about having a nutritionist, and I think at Boots level, he should always have a nutritionist. Um, but we heard the comments about making weight comfortably prior to the fight, but now we're hearing a comment from Jaron Ennis saying that perhaps the second day weigh-in, where I think you have to come in at 10 pounds, you can't come in any more than 10 pounds heavier, 10 or 15, whatever it is for the IBF, potentially could have been holding them back. I don't like when fight if that's what you think in your mind, then that's fine. Just keep it in your mind. But I don't like when fighters say those types of things because it can set you. It looks like an excuse, and it can also set you up for failure. Because if he doesn't look good against Stanionis, well, let me back up. How was I guess the question would be how is the way in how would it be holding you back, right? And I got to stay consistent. It felt like Boots was being somewhat sloppy with his defense in the Chukazian fight and getting caught with stuff that you would think a fighter with his level of athleticism and skill wouldn't get caught with. So how does not how does the second day weigh-in impact you in terms of your defense and putting your hands up to block? Is the question, right? And I said the same thing about Devin Haney and the left hook, right? So I know fighters need to have things and reasons for the reason why things have occurred to them. It helps them to process it. It helps them to continue with their confidence, and I have no problem with that. But personally, I would keep that in house, keep that inside of your camp. Don't publicly state stuff like that because I just don't think those are the types of things that it just make people think that what you're saying is suspect, and it leads people to believe that even more so that you just had a poor performance. So I think Jaron Ennis is going to go in this fight ready, prepared. Um, I think, or at least I hope, that the conversations were, we need to make sure that we're more defensively responsible, keep everything real tight. No flash required. You're a really good fighter. You got all the necessary and requisite skills to beat Stanionis. Go in there and put on the performance that we know that you're capable of, and you don't have to show out. You don't have to look like you can dominate because you can't dominate every fighter. Like once you get to a certain level, you can't dominate these fighters. These fighters have just as much skills as you. So don't worry about how you look. Don't worry about trying to dominate. Just go in there and show that you are the more skilled fighter in the ring. And that's really all that's required. So hopefully that's what we see coming out of Boots. I'm hoping for a great fight. Hope Boots gets the opportunity to unify the titles. And then there's an opportunity down the road to face somebody like Brian Norman Jr. and Vario. So you guys let me know what you think in the comment section in regards to this interesting fight. I don't know if we're going to do a prediction video. Maybe we will, maybe we won't, but we'll see. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to hate, like, comment, and subscribe. This is the Angry Man Podcast, AM Sports Media, and I am out.